Hope you're all having a great Monday. I've had people tagging me to the situation where this localizer is all mad at some Japanese people, and he's like, I'm gonna call the cops on him, like literal snitch status. The heck? So I'm excited to talk about this. Let's take a look. Ever been such a xenophobic, racist imperialist that the very idea of people from other countries prioritizing their own native language creates so much hate in you that you threaten to call the cops on them? And of course, he's a localizer, explains the colonialist behavior. All right, let's see what we got here. So let's click the initial tweet. Context. Person says they went to get a haircut today. Post this image that says, sorry, we only speak Japanese, therefore we aren't able to understand your order properly. Since we can't understand what you're saying, we aren't able to cut your hair. As a professional, we want to make our customers satisfied. This is our shop's rule that we decided as a team. Thank you for understanding. That's when the localizer weirdo responds, saying, just call the police. Japan is part of international treaties against racial discrimination and has several cases of shops being sued by foreign customers. Just politely call the police and sue the shop due to psychological distress. Gets a response that says, I hate that you're very likely kidding, but there are definitely people who would do this. No kidding. I would definitely do that and record the whole thing. What the frick is wrong with this person? All right, let me pause and give you my opinion on this real quick. So, if I was getting a haircut, and by the way, you don't got to agree with me. Personally, though, for me, like I was saying, if I'm getting a haircut, I would like to go to a place where they speak the same language that I speak. That way I can, tell them about the haircut I want, the hairstyle I want. Same thing for the business. I imagine if you're running a haircut business, you're going to want to speak the same language as your customers. So once again, you can give them the haircut that they want. They don't mean anything bigoted by it. They're literally just trying to provide a better product, a better service to people. So it's really weird to me that this localizer is going to start crying about this, complaining about it, trying to snitch to the cops about it, talking about how he's recoiling from all this emotional distress and all that, which is a legalese term. He's trying to give himself a case there, basically. He's probably not actually emotionally distressed. It's like a legal thing, as mentioned. Still, weird move. You come off like a real scumbag. Let's take a look at some of the responses to where he's like, no kidding, I would definitely do that and record the whole thing. The frick, man. I'm sorry I gave you benefit of the doubt. I don't blame you. Wait, there's like 19 responses though. Hold on. What's going on here? Load. Here we go. You are a super weird and rude guy. You're not very good at existing in a society. What? I didn't expect the first comment to be so unique. The most basic thing expected of every person. Are you actually a localizer? No wonder Japan wants foreigners out again. The main character syndrome. Why, dude? People like you will be the reason foreigners will soon be unwelcome in that society. Stop it, Karen. Karen, you should spend 1 hour learning how you can tell the way you want your haircut in Japanese instead. So you can use So you can use this all the time in the future. 99% of people here only speak Japanese. Japan isn't the country for you if you're a language Karen. It goes on a bit more. Wow. Let's read some of the comments and quote retweets to the initial tweet as well, because they're also pretty dang funny. Hello, Japanese police. I want to report this Japanese people who works in Japanese shop in Japan because they cannot speak English. Bro, just go to another shop. Better go to another shop rather than forcing in and get your order wrong, especially when it's haircut. That's what I'm saying, man. They might have had people before who didn't speak English and they tried to cut their hair and they like complained about it or something. So they put that sign up. It's not a big deal. But of course, this freaking localizer on Twitter is going to make it a big deal. Going to talk about bringing the cops in and suing him over it. Freaking emotional distress and all that. Continuing. Can't be arsed to learn the language of the country you live in. Ruin the livelihood of a local business. Oh, man. Video game localizer. So you're one of the reasons fan patches still exist in the year 2023. Racial discrimination. In what reality is the English... Sorry, I gotta stop laughing so much. All right. The English... I can't even... In what reality is the English language erased? Oh, that reminds me, guys. Quick side note. I actually did come up with a really, really, really good tongue twister. I was going to mention this in the video and I totally forgot. But here it is, okay? It is... I gotta remember it, though. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay. I remembered it. I totally came up with this myself, all right? So, Link has a leaky sink. Say that 5 or 10 times fast. Good luck with that one. Link has a leaky sink. You should always call the police before you enter into a business transaction. It's just common sense. What games have you localized so I can avoid them? You're an embarrassment. They put the sign because they don't want to get sued for giving a wrong cut due to the language barrier. If anyone did sue, I mean, let's pause for a moment, skip all the sue stuff. I don't even think it's necessarily the suing thing, as mentioned. I think it's just a genuine kindness thing, first of all. They just genuinely don't want to give people a bad haircut, if I had to assume. Maybe the sue thing is there as well, but like, who's going to sue over a haircut? I think they're just trying to avoid problems, like, mainly. But actually, who would sue over a haircut? Apparently the localizer we're talking about. My gosh. Anyways, continuing. If anyone did sue them for psychological stress, that person had to be someone with the thinnest skin ever and will alt F4 from the world over some minor inconveniences. That's not very nice. More colonialism by localizers. Oh, here we go with the quote. These are usually really funny. You see, Your Honor, I suffered psychological distress due to racial discrimination because the hairdresser doesn't speak English. Clearly, this is a grave violation of my rights. Oh, we got one reply that the Daniel localizer person responded to. Initial tweet saying, I can't wait till they deport you. Wow, you're insufferable, basically. Localizer says, since I have a Japanese passport, I suppose you're going to be waiting for a while, my man. You're an actual disgrace to your heritage if you are in any way bloodline-wise Japanese. Your ancestors cry. I definitely should honor my ancestors. I'll consider following your example, becoming an incel with an anime fake profile and spread infantile hatred behind a smartphone. Bro, you're the one talking about suing some probably like mom and pop shop over some like nonsense, talking about bringing the cops into it too. Like, if anyone is spreading hate, it is this localizer. Like, holy smokes. You spread infantile hatred by destroying video games and spreading the carcasses to other countries, which is worse. Got 7 other responses to that one. Let's click and take a look. Here we go. Another dude just like questions what he's talking about. Let me see. This one's that. Literally my exact reaction. You just said OP should sue the shop due to psychological stress. You, of all, shouldn't throw around the word infantile. Unironically better than whatever you are. And then we got this one. We already read that one. Infantile hatred behind a smartphone. Literally what you did. And people are calling you out on your terrible behavior. Must be the side effect of your medication. And then we got like this one saying, I'd like to report a murder. I think that's what it said. The text went fast. Yeah, okay, got it. And then finally we got this one. Yeah, man, call the police. They would... they would not have it. They would kick your redacted for not learning Japanese while in Japan. Side note, I can say that word. It's fine. That's why I'm like not censoring either. I can show it. I just don't want to say it. That's why, that's it. How dare they not speak a language they have no connection to, right? You are exactly the reason Japan is increasing restrictions for foreigners. All right. I think we'll end it there. That was certainly amusing though. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what these localizers are thinking. Like, if this is your first time watching a video of mine where we talk about localizers, it's like I almost don't even know what to say because they've been doing crazy things for years. Like, it's the most bizarre stuff because they will like hate Japanese people in Japan and anime fans and gamers, yet they willingly choose to get involved in a line of work where they have to work on Japanese intellectual property and localize things like anime and games, things that they hate. And it's not even a field that pays particularly well either. As a matter of fact, some localizers have claimed that they make very bad money. So like, I could understand working in a field that doesn't pay that well if you love the line of work, right? Because then you get that trade-off. It's like, yeah, I'm not making as much as I could somewhere else, but I love this work. It doesn't feel like work to me. So like, that's, one point of merit where someone may make such a choice. Yet again, these people hate the line of work too. So it's like, what the heck? Yeah, crazy. If you can make sense of that, please let me know in the comments. And of course, as always, let me know your general thoughts on this in the comments too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you and your time. I look forward to seeing you there. And of course, in the next segment.